We arrived in Munich on a rainy evening and took the metro into town. We'd booked a hotel conveniently near the train station, knowing that we'd get in late and it would make things easy. Unexpectedly, our hotel had this crazy alpine vibe, complete with a mock gondola experience in the elevators. The next morning, we met up with our friend Nikki, visiting from America.
But how do we get in?
Our first destination was the Alte Pinakothek Museum. It's a beautiful space with real lederhosen-wearing Germans. Incredible masterpieces like this by Raphael and this famous Van Gogh. A couple of visitors were very well prepared. We finished up around lunchtime and headed to the world-famous Hofbrauhaus for lunch. The Hofbrauhaus was established in 1589 for the sole purpose of providing beer to the Bavarian court.
That's good.
It opened as a tavern in 1828 and has been serving food like this ever since. Heavily damaged in World War II and since restored, the Munich Cathedral was originally built in the 15th century, and at that time it could hold 20,000 people, which was enough for the entire population of the city of Munich to attend, plus 7,000 of their friends. Inside, this is the so-called Devil's Footprint. I'm not sure what that's about. Outside, it's still cold and wet. This is the Rathaus, or Town Hall, famous for this, the Glockenspiel, which, a couple times a day, plays a little tune and the figures dance around. Well, soon enough it's time to eat again, and look at this place. I wonder what these barrels are about. Let's pop inside and see. Surprise, it's beer! This is my beer, freshly poured out of the wooden barrel. And it is delicious.
That's good.
The next morning we set out first thing to head over to the Munich residence. We'd get there on public transportation, and so we walked over to the main train station, which you recall is right across the street from our hotel. We picked up breakfast and a quick cup of coffee inside, and then headed way down into this almost like an underground city where all the metro lines run. It's expansive, there's shops, restaurants. You're out of the weather. You can get a lot of places on foot. And this is also where you go to catch the subway trains. In a marvel of efficiency, the stations are set up so when you get there, people get out of the train on one side, come in on the other. For hundreds of years, the sprawling campus of the Munich residence expanded from the initial base of a few 14th century buildings. Very little remains of these. Our visit begins in the treasury, where the audio guide tells us all about the opulent crowns and jewelry that fill the room, some of which are a little bit odd. I'll let the audio guide explain that a little more.
These precious mounted stones are known as so-called bezoars. They are the concretion of stone which are formed above all in the stomachs of Asian bezoar goats.
The Baroque Hall of Ancestors establishes the provenance of the dukes. The The shell grotto adds some whimsy, weirdness, and I guess a summertime feel. And then the Hall of Antiquities is packed with Roman sculpture. And of course, the palace rooms are as opulent as you'd expect them to be. And how better to wrap up an incredible weekend like this one than with a little open-air opera.